Good morning, afternoon, and evening, BQN staffers and listeners. I'm Amy Nelson, host of Galaxy Class, Union Federation, and All Good Things here on BQN. And today, the Hive Mind, for our listeners out there who don't know, the Hive Mind is our monthly roundtable discussion featuring some of your favorite BQN hosts and Patreon supporters. You too can join the discussion by logging onto patreon.com/BQN and pledging your support of $10 or more. So today, December's roundtable, we have the wonderful, as known on Galaxy Class as Trivia with Jim McMahon. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. I did hear rumor that you just mentioned that you are going to be on another show on BQN, Trexperts Quiz, maybe?
At some point, hopefully in the near future. I'm still trying to work things out with Davey. Nothing is set in stone yet, so don't get your hopes up in the immediate future, listeners. But it should happen sometime, hopefully in the next year.
Yes. Yeah.
He should have, when they do the winners episode where they have like the winners competing, they should have whoever wins that battle Jim as the ultimate,
right?
the ultimate Trek expert.
Yes, and also with us, our newest Patreon supporter, Matt Harker. Hello, Matt.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be here, just going with the flow.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit of how you found our network and why you wanted to join and support us.
Sometime during COVID, I found Infinite Diversity on just random served up through Apple Podcasts. And then from there, just talking about the BQN in general, look to see some of the others. Connected to a few folks through Twitter. I think Christos first, and then it was your appearance on Trexperts when Davey was announcing that in the lead up, and so now it's just kind of exploded like through the Trexperts realm. And of course, what's the TBEV? Hopefully, I will be able to take you up on your offer to be on sometime in the new year.
Excellent.
I just had a cancellation today, so let me know if you want to record this afternoon.
We'll chat later.
I was going to just, okay, if I can't find someone, I guess I'm just off again this week, and that's okay.
Excellent. Well, we have also a host of It's Green and All Good Things, Mark White. Hello, Mark.
Hey, everybody.
Our artwork for the Hive Mind, awesome. It's pretty darn cool, so thank you.
Oh, thank you.
There's some more Borg stuff with the numbers. I just absolutely love it. And we have a host of All Good Things and What's the T-Bab, Christos Giannaris. Hello, Christos.
Hello. How are you?
Doing good. See, this Hive Mind is good because now you might have a potential guest host.
Yes. And there's a lot to talk about this week, so. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, guys. So Jim with Trivia with Jim. I love it. Let's discuss Prodigy. However, let's just not discuss the most recent one that dropped in case there are some people who haven't seen the latest Prodigy. But I just want to know in general what you're liking about it, any favorite characters or any episode up until Ghost in the Machine. So let's not talk about that one.
Amy, are you the one that hasn't seen Ghost in the Machine?
I did watch it last night.
No, the one who hasn't, at least one of us who hasn't seen it is me.
There it is.
Lots of traveling.
Shame.
No, I'm not at home right now. I'm literally out of Minnesota, so I haven't seen it all. So I haven't seen it since it dropped yet because I'm traveling out of state right now.
Yeah, you're halfway across the country in North or South Carolina.
I am in Greenville, South Carolina right now.
Are you at a hotel, Jim? Those look like hotel drapes.
Yes, they are.
Now that's some dedication.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but yeah, based on what I've seen of Prodigy so far this season, I absolutely love it. I've said this before in our previous discussions on it. They are towing that fine line between appealing to kids as first timers, while at the same time drawing in the adults they know are watching that are hardened fans. They're towing that line perfectly. It's just the absolute right balance, and I'd have to say my favorite characters are probably Dal in his struggle with growing up and making the right decisions, while at the same time knowing he's gonna mess up and make a wrong decision. And also, who doesn't love Murph? I mean,
Yes.
I don't think I can say anything else on that
I'm
one.
coming around on Murph. I'm coming around, but we'll see.
Yeah.
What
I mean,
do
my
you
favorite
like?
Murph scene had to be in that one episode where he literally transforms, and then he literally transforms while they're being chased by the Dauntless, then hops up onto the keypad and fires the torpedo without even realizing it.
Yeah, that was way funny. Do you like how Murph transformed to this little gingerbread man type of look?
Oh yeah, yeah. I like how he became kind of more of a humanoid type character compared to the more I can't think of a proper way of describing it type character that he was
Blob.
before.
Slug.
Just a blob.
That would be a good way of saying it. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Matt, what are you thinking about Prodigy, and any favorite characters standing out to you?
I would say I'm loving Prodigy as a show. I think everything and agree with everything that Jim just said about walking that line perfectly towards attracting kids while still leaving enough development and ties back to the past, to speak to the adults. But as far as characters is concerned, I would probably say Rock Talk. Yeah, there's just the development there. I think in terms of walking that line, Rock Talk and just the fascination with science and the random science facts that she throws out, perfect for kids. And I can't wait. I've got a 5-year-old niece and a 7-year-old nephew. And I just need to get Paramount Plus going at my sister's.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to visit them, I can get them hooked. So.
I think it might help too with Rock Talk. I think might be the character that's actually voiced by someone who is the age of the viewing audience that they're trying to draw.
Yeah, the voice actor, absolutely love. My favorite out of the voice actors.
Yeah, Riley, and I can't pronounce her last name. I think she is like 10 or 11 years old, I believe. So she's literally the age of the viewing audience. So I think I think that was a brilliant casting choice for Rock Talk, actually.
Agreed. Matt, I wanted to ask, now that we got the backstory with Rock Talk, like, how old do you think she is now?
Did you ask that question on Galaxy Class?
Yes, I did, because or it was Union Federation, I can't remember. But this whole timey-wimey, she's fighting when she's little. I just want to know your answer. What's your headcanon for her age?
I mean, I'd have to think somewhere around like 8 to 12. Because
currently
she's so mentally, I mean, and this is going to sound derogatory, but mentally juvenile, at least in terms of how she communicates. But obviously she's way smarter than that. But just you can't have that type of life experience.
Right.
And I mean, bare minimum 8 to 12. I mean, probably even closer to like 12 to 15 to have something like that happen. So, yeah.
Christos?
Yeah. It's just unfortunate. Sorry, Christos, go ahead.
I was going to say, just don't forget that episode where time was fractured and Rock Talk experienced years in that episode learning science to eventually get them out. So she probably didn't mature because she didn't have social interactions. But remember Jane Waitman says how long they were in there, and they're like too long. And I think some of the producers indicate that it was they've never said how long she was technically in there, but it's been implied that it's been years. She was in there for years. So, although she didn't physically age.
Well, that explains her knowing science.
Well done.
Yes.
Right.
Well done.
Well done there.
Yeah. Jim, comment?
Oh, I was just going to make a point about how, despite being physically young, I think it's just the reason she's so physically whatever is because of her species just being so physically strong and bulky.
Yeah. Excuse me. Mark, what are your thoughts on Prodigy?
It has been Greg this season. Some up downs. I liked 14 and 15 quite a bit. Actually, no, we'll go with even all the way back to 13. So they had a run of a few episodes in a row where I was just like, oh, this is great. Oh, this is great. This is great. And then Preludes and Ghost in the Machine, which we're not going to discuss, but the last couple were kind of a miss for me. I just didn't enjoy them as much, and haven't rewatched like I rewatched the other ones a few times.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You have a favorite character that's standing out to you so far?
Probably Doll.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Preludes didn't you like, Mark? That was one of my favorites lately.
I think that there was a comment made on one of the shows here on the BQN about it being similar to Golden Girls cheesecake episode, where they're just sitting around the table discussing, past things that happened, in their lives, and it was kind of like that. I didn't necessarily like. It wasn't. We got backstory, but not backstory. Like, it was kind of backstory, and we know what happened immediately before they got captured, but I feel like we still didn't really learn that much about them because we still don't really know where they're actually from. Rock Talk, it showed her, she'd already been, captured or at least pulled from her family at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. We didn't
Well,
get.
Jake and Pog, it kind of showed an abridged version.
Yeah, but even him, it was how did he get on the ship? It was just he was on this ship, and it was a generational ship, is in cryos
because he was an orphan.
And that's
why.
what Tellarites do with their orphans' organs.
I
Or at least pre-Federation Tellarites.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
it just.
that was.
I still didn't learn anything that much more about him. I think the thing with Jankum, that helped. Like, I think Amy had mentioned that helped me not hate the character as much.
Me too.
And so, that was the one saving grace of the episode. It's like, okay, I tolerate him a little more now.
Yeah.
It was also a really deep connection back to Enterprise with the colony ships.
Wasn't it before Enterprise, though? Didn't they say before? Was it Earth pre-warp or was it pre-Federation? I forget.
I think they said pre-Federation.
Pre-Federation.
They didn't specify what time period before the
Which would be
Federation.
Enterprise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Well, Christos, what about you?
I'm really enjoying the show. I like the kids more than I did. Like, when they first got introduced, I couldn't stand Dow. I thought he was like, just that cocky kid that you want to slap. But he's maturing very nicely, and and I like that. And I like that the show is moving fast. It's a fast-paced show. Things don't linger long as far as plot devices and stories. They serve what they need to serve in the moment. You're not like asking kids to remember something that's going to pay off 10 episodes later. Things happen pretty fast, and I like that. But I do like. I think of all the kids, I don't know, maybe Rock Talk and Gwen. Yeah, Murph kind of annoys me. I don't understand what that little thing is on the top of his head now. Just like that, yeah,
floating there. That doesn't make sense to me.
That's a design choice that I'm not sure about. But and I also have really liked how much I never expected that we were going to see this much of like the Dauntless and Admiral Janeway and really get that much Admiral Janeway. So that is a very pleasant surprise. It kind of feels like she's back, and wasn't really expecting that. So I wasn't expecting this season to involve them getting back to the Federation so much. I kind of thought they would still be out there in the Delta Quadrant or wherever for a long
doing
time.
their
So,
good deeds. Yeah.
yeah. So I didn't expect so much interaction with the Federation and all these other like big, strong tie-ins. Like, do you guys listen to those Trek logs where Kate Mulgrew is doing an Admiral Janeway log every week, and they're putting it out on Instagram and Twitter? And
I listened to those.
The episode. Yeah, and they're legit. Aaron Walkie is writing them, and Kate Mulgrew is literally in her kitchen, I think, drinking coffee, recording them into her phone. But they're like legit admiral logs, and they come out after the episodes. So you get like this. It's called Trek logs. There you go. Put this in the link or something, Amy.
Yeah.
It's a Paramount account. They do them for every series.
Yeah.
They do them for every series.
Yeah, but she did it. She tied into the fact, like this week, that like the Kazon are out there kidnapping kids because they've accessed the transwarp network that happened because she took down the Borg, and she's feeling guilt about things she did in Voyager and how that's affecting the universe in Prodigy now. And I'm like, it's so good.
Wow.
Like,
At least that explains a significant plot hole for me that I've always had since the start of the series about how the Kazon were this far closer to the Federation than prior established.
Yeah, even learning about how to use those red lenses so that they can capture the Medusan, like that was stuff they got from Seska giving the Federation logs to the Kazon back in Voyager. And so Janeway's having to deal with a lot of the repercussions of her actions while in the Delta Quadrant now. And it's really kind of like things I had no clue this is what we were going to get. And it's kind of cool.
Wow. That's a shame that it's not like official canon.
Well, I think they're calling it canon because it's being written by literally a producer, but it's not being released anywhere in association with the show. Which is really weird. Like, you would think
that seems like a majorly missed promotional opportunity. I mean,
yes.
Geez. Wow. Yeah. Oh, this looks really cool. Thank you, Christos.
Yeah, Star Trek logs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's on Instagram?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they do like 4 or 5 posts a week, usually of pictures that, like, if you look at them on the wider open page, it'll form like a chain image, and then like in between those chain images is the actual video log.
Actually, I mean, they're only about a minute. You want to hear one?
Sure.
All right, hold on.
Vice Admiral's log, stardate 61396.4. The truth is never black and white. Starfleet's Watson subspace network has detected a bounty sent from the asteroid we investigated. A penal colony known as Tars Lamora. Within were prison records for our young fugitives, the unwanted. Dal RL 0 Rock-Talk. Reading between the lines, their actual crimes are minor or non-existent. Captured by rogue Kazon, hauled across the quadrant by an illicit transwarp network, stripped of their rights, then sentenced to work in those forsaken mines. It pains me to think crippling the Borg all those years ago would leave this power vacuum, a place where such injustice could thrive. Perhaps these unwanted on the protostar are not the criminals we thought, and this diviner is our true quarry. I believe I'm overdue for a serious discussion with our guest. It's time we know the truth.
Pretty cool, huh?
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because there's like parts that I felt like I heard on the episode, but then parts obviously that are not included.
It's just context. It's so cool.
And like, she would have had to record that log right before she got Kirk food. You ever seen with Kirk and his karate chop? That's how she got it. They call that Kirk food.
Got it like right at the end of the episode.
She got Kirk food.
I'm like, Kirk food, like lunch?
I know.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant too.
No, but yeah, they've been making these logs on this account for like Lower Decks,
Oh, I see it. It goes back to
Picard,
Discovery.
even
And
Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, I just found it with obviously with Prodigy, but like for me it's really adding to the story, especially since it's a continuation every week.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And of course you're getting Admiral Janeway, so giving logs. So what's wrong with that?
Exactly. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh my gosh. Learn new things every day. I love it.
Right.
All right. Anything else on? Okay. So, well, this is December and it is the holiday season. So, I'd like to know just what are some of your favorite Trek gifts that you have received or that you have given Star Trek gifts, Christmas gifts, stuff like that, specifically for the holiday. So, Matt, you want to start us off?
I've actually never received or given a Star Trek related gift. And I mean, I've been a fan going back to Next Gen, but I
Okay.
didn't. And I've been reading all the books for the most part, going back to the early '90s. But I didn't really dive into this side of my fandom until it was during COVID, catching up on the ebooks and audiobooks that I'd kind of set aside through the years. And then the whole Star Trek Twitter thing happened, and here we are. So I'm still really new. So nothing that I've given or received, but things that I would like.
Uh-huh.
I don't know for anybody else, part of the BQN, I posted in the Facebook group within the last week or so, a StarTrek.com sale for 40% in the US, but it's only 20% in Canada off. Yeah, the Canadians are getting shafted a little bit. But there's some really cool stuff on there, and it's through Pottery Barn Teen, PB Teen, and some of the stuff is like half off. I think the ornaments, the Christmas ornaments, look pretty cool, and I think there are bed sheets and a duvet that I'm this close, like But I found something just a few hours ago, came up in my Google feed. I forget which group put that out, but there is a Horgon lamp.
Yes.
Which it looks just mid-century modern enough that it wouldn't screw up the vibe in my house. I'm tempted.
Matt, are you saying you're seeking Jamaharon?
Hey, now.
No, I saw that also posted somewhere. That's the Star Trek Online store, I think it
so.
is.
Yeah.
And all of my Star Trek stuff is at school. And that lamp, because when I moved to my new school, there was already a lamp on my desk. And I'm like, no. That piece of generic lamp needs to go away. I need this Horgon lamp in with my collection. It looks amazing.
What age do you teach?
High school.
Because they might know.
I'm just imagining. I'm just imagining the awkward situations if a student or a parent recognizes that. Amy.
I'd be a little careful with that.
Yeah. I don't know about your classroom.
I mean, to put it bluntly, horny teenagers, that could lead to a situation that you might not want.
She's gonna have a student that's gonna come up and be like, Miss Nelson, are you seeking Jamaharon?
You guys are so funny. But I also really enjoyed and would use those container bins. Those were like
the collapsible ones?
Yeah, the collapsible, like the squares, and they have the three, obviously, main colors. And then like this really nice embroidered Star Trek Delta symbol, or I don't know, you remember, but I'm like functional and Star Trek.
So out of curiosity, being the new guy, have you ever done a tour of your school, like your room, to see like if it is, I mean, I'll just use a generic word, a shrine. I'd love to see it.
Okay. Yes. Every year on Twitter, I usually post, because once I put up my classroom, I will post pictures, but
Oh,
I
cool.
haven't done a video. And then I could like zoom in and talk about the pieces. That's interesting. I might do that. Yes, very nice. All right. Well, Jim, you've got a lot of Star Trek things.
Yeah, unfortunately, I am not physically with any of them right now to show them off. My memory is terrible when it comes to remembering what they are. But based on what I can remember, I've gotten a lot of like the big books over the years. I've got quite a few action figures, and I just ordered some. And I just ordered some recently with my holiday shopping to give as gifts. Like, I bought a couple of the Discovery Playmates action figures to give away, which I thought was awesome because that is a show that is very, very underrepresented in the merchandise area for Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate that they went with the season 1 and 2 uniforms, just to differentiate between the shows, and yeah, I can see how they wouldn't, I guess, necessarily create a lot of stuff for kids because it is more of an adult show. But they did a really good job on those figures, and the Saru figure in particular looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons why I ordered it.
Yeah.
I think they're supposed
Like
to
the
announce
Saru and Burnham figures
Wave 2.
looked amazing.
Mm.
Christos?
I think they were supposed to announce Wave 2 like any day now. So it'll be interesting to see. Do we get like 2 more discoveries? Do we get like 2 or 3 more TNGs? Do we get more movie? Yeah, or do they go like in a different direction?
They're doing a bunch of Prodigy ones next.
Well, that's like a whole different line though. That's like there's like the Prodigy stuff that's coming, and that's soon. You're right, but they're the Wave 2 of these. That's a continuation of the first stuff that we got is coming.
Oh, sweet.
So sometimes does it like surprise you when they announce, oh, we're going to have this character, and you're like, where in the heck did they come up with this idea to release this character? Sometimes I just find them very
I've been
odd.
asking that since the 90s when they've overdone some characters and completely ignored other characters.
What, Beverly Crusher?
I was
Beverly
just going to
Crusher, or
ask.
like
Yeah.
half of the cast of Enterprise.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Enterprise is severely underrepresented.
Like they came up with an Archer, a Trip, and I think they came up with an Archer, a Trip, and I think it was a Reed, and that's about it.
They had T'Pol too.
Okay, yeah, T'Pol, but yeah, and they might have done a Travis. I don't remember, but other than that, they didn't really do anything else with Enterprise.
Yeah, or Hoshi?
No, they never did a Hoshi. They never did a. Oh, I take it back. They did do a Phlox.
Yeah, and it was really cool. You could buy, and I kicked myself for getting rid of them, but you could get you'd get Reed and it'd have his bridge station, and you can get Archer and it'd have his chair, and you'd get T'Pol, and you could connect it together and actually make the bridge.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I had 2 of those 3 bridge
nice.
set pieces.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, why did I get rid of that?
Yeah.
No, but they never did a Hoshi. They never did a Hoshi. They only did one Phlox, which was with an EV suit, and they never did any Shrands or anything or any other Enterprise characters.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they were inconsistent. Like, wasn't like Trip in his AV suit, and
Oh yeah, Trip was like a convention exclusive. It wasn't even widely released.
Yeah, it was like some of them were like in their EV suits and some of them were just in their regular uniforms. It was a little all over the place.
I just wonder, why has the marketing in Star Trek been so terrible for so long?
I have
And I'm
no
like,
clue.
we've got intelligent people that are like our age, that are now going into Star Trek producing, like Aaron Walke, like
And
Jim
of various ages who are probably all willing to spend lots and lots of money.
Yeah, and they're creating and they're now working for Star Trek. Like, why have we not had this mastermind marketer come in and save Star Trek's marketing?
Probably because someone even higher up, who's even older, is still in control of everything.
Yeah.
You couldn't
Well,
even
Mark.
get Destination Seattle straightened out. So
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a separate issue entirely that we probably don't want to go into.
A hot mess. Yeah.
So what about you, Amy? Favorite gift?
Oh man. Okay. Few years ago, I got totally surprised. Came in the mail, was not expecting anything, and it was the tall Deanna Troy figurine in her blue scant with her arms crossed over.
That's like physically attached to like the combat
The
base.
base,
I
yeah.
bought one of those once.
That I love her because like I have the blue scant and like that's Troy and she's tall and she stands on my I have this tiered shelf and she's on the top shelf and all my other Troy figurines are around. It's like my Troy shrine and she's just I love that gift. And it came from a very good Star Trek friend, actually in San Francisco area. Absolute. That is my favorite.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is one of the better detailed Star Trek figures there is out there, isn't that?
Yes. Yeah. I'm glad that there's a lot of Troy for me to to enjoy. I know, Beverly. Oh dear.
Oh, I just I was looking at the figures online because we were on the Enterprise figure conversation for a minute, so I was just seeing what they had, and it looks like they did have a couple of aliens released. One was a Suliban and one was a Klingon, but yeah, they didn't have the full cast. And was it EXO that makes the really nice figures? They have a Captain Archer that comes with a Porthos. So you can get like a little Porthos figurine too as a bonus.
Oh my gosh. Mark, you need that.
Yeah.
You need to buy it right now. Oh my gosh.
Although I don't know, I don't think it'd be worth it for me because Archer is my least favorite captain.
But it's worth it for Porthos.
I'll just buy a Beagle figurine on Etsy. That'll save me the money. I wouldn't have to suffer through having Archer on my shelf.
Oh my goodness. Well, Mark, what about you? What about your Star Trek gifts?
I've gotten a couple this year. I've got a really nice art print of the 1701 Enterprise Bloody A, B, C, or D. And when you hold a blacklight over it, it sort of changes the colors. It's kind of cool. It was a limited edition art print. I guess they did 1,000 of them, and I have like 300 something, whatever. So that's cool. And I got like a tour guide book about the planet Vulcan. So it shows all of like a map of like different places to visit on Vulcan, and it's kind of cool. And I just got that recently too, so that's neat.
Very nice. And Christos.
Well, people are usually afraid to buy me Star Trek stuff because I just buy everything I want like immediately. I most recently got 2 bottles of Romulan Ale show up yesterday. So as I have a little bit of a hangover today, they don't sound so great, but I guess that just kind of tracks with the events of Star Trek 6.
Yes.
But let's see. When I was in high school and going off to college, I went to college in 95. And of course, we were like in the heyday of Star Trek being the most popular it ever was around 94, 95. And I remember going off to college and some friends bought me like the 1701 telephone that's shaped like the Enterprise.
Oh,
really
cool.
Stupid. I thought it was ridiculous. It was not like, it wasn't even like convenient. It was like, but yeah, I don't even have it anymore. Things like, but yeah, people were always.
Oh, that thing would be worth money today if you still had it.
I know. I don't get me started. I used to have a whole bunch of like figures that like the Diamond Select ones and whatnot. But I'm really excited. about the new Reaction Super 7, like the high-end TNG figures that are about to come out. They're like $55 a piece.
Wow.
Those of you who watch What's the Tea Bev may have seen that discussion not too long ago. But the first wave is, of course, Riker and Data, but it's also Guinan and Locutus. And they come with so removable heads and lots of I don't know, say weapons or accessories. Accessories is probably the better word, but they're really like deep cuts from TNG episodes. Like Data comes with Spot and a violin and a poker head, and Riker comes with his trombone, and Guinan comes with the big phaser rifle that she busts out, and what's the episode that Kelvin corrected me on? Is it The Lost?
I think it was the Starrick episode of TNG.
I said Sarek, and I was like, no, you're wrong. It's anyways, now I can't even remember now. Because I even did a correction the following week. But anyways, but like even Troy or Guinan has several sets of hands, and one of them's like the creepy hands from the Q, from Q Who. So I like that they're doing that, and of course I'm really going to be patiently waiting till the Beverly Crusher version comes out in the year 2034, when they've exhausted every other action figure.
Christos, what's the size on those?
They've got one in the image, Christos.
They're 7
I'm
inch.
looking on the Super 7 site.
So is that the same as the EXO size, or is it smaller?
They're the same as the original. If you had the Diamond Select figures, which the Enterprise figures were Diamond Select, they're in that scale. So they're about 2 inches bigger than the current Playmates
ones. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
And it's not the retro ones that just came out, which are very funny. And it cracks me up that the second we don't have a Tasha Yar figure, but we've got an Armis figure.
Oh no,
so shady.
I don't think we even have a Sela figure.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Sela.
I was looking, like right next to me here. I was just looking. It kind of made me think. I bought this Lieutenant Savick figure for $5 at the very end of STLV because it was $5.
Yeah.
And poor Savick just died. So shout out to Savick.
Yes. Did you see the post that Robin Curtis made?
Yeah.
For Kirstie Alley's passing.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Tears to my eyes.
I don't think I saw it.
We'll need to post that in the BQN. Yeah, I can share that.
I posted it in the BQN.
Oh, you did already?
I'm always so conflicted with Robin Curtis because I love Kirstie Alley Savick. I like the way Kirstie played her. I like that in Star Trek II, the background was that she was half Vulcan, half Romulan. And those are why you see her be a little bit more emotional, and you see her cry at Spock's funeral. And then when they recast her in Star Trek 3 and Robin Curtis came in and Leonard Nimoy was directing 3, he threw that out because it was never explicitly stated on screen. So he had her play Savick straight Vulcan. And that's why her performance is a lot different. But and I love Robin Curtis. If you ever talk to her at a convention, she will just chat you up for like 15 minutes, and she's the best. She's super nice. She's got a really foul mouth if you really get to know her too. I love it. But so I've always kind of been conflicted because I have more of a preference for Kirstie Alley Savick just because of the I like the Romulan lore of it. I think it makes it a lot more interesting to me. But then. I love Robin Curtis. I think I sent it to some of you guys yesterday. Someone did use that deep fake tech that they used to bring like Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. And they redid every Savick scene from Star Trek 3, but they put Kirstie Alley's face in, and it looks real. It looks like Kirstie Alley played Savick in Star Trek 3 in all these scenes.
Wow.
It's pretty intense.
Oh, was it just the clips, Christos? Because I saw like 2 stills comparing.
No, there's a whole video. Like all the video's been done, and like you could really go back, and they have the technology if they wanted to go back and make it Kirstie Alley, they could. It wouldn't be her voice, but it would be her likeness.
They shouldn't do
it would
that,
be
though.
no, I wouldn't want them to do that.
Yeah.
But like they could. And I guess what they're just showing is that's how they brought, de-aged Mark Hamill to be Luke Skywalker and Mandalorian. It's kind of the same kind of stuff.
I think that's the same. Isn't that the same technology they used to put Peter Cushing into one of the more recent Star Wars films?
Yeah, I think it's how they put Tarkin in Rogue One. It's how they did Carrie Fisher in Rogue One as well, to put young Princess Leia back on screen. So, but that was like 5 or 6 years ago. The technology now is like you would never ever think it would. It's the AI is like improving exponentially. So, anyways, check it out.
Infinitely improved by all these AI photos that are going around from Lensa and all of that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I have not done that.
No, I have not and will not.
Same here.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I loved mine.
Yes, yours
No
are
shame.
good. It's so funny when it comes and then everyone's doing it and then it's gone. So
Like a 5-day period where
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we hang up our stockings and get on out of here, just real quick, I would like to know if you could give any character in Star Trek a Christmas gift, what would you give them? It doesn't even have to be your favorite, just any. Maybe you see a need that a character needs or should have.
Character, not the actor.
Not the actor, character. Yes.
This is not Trexperts, Christos. We're not going to catch you on a technicality.
Oh
that
Lord,
wasn't a technicality. That was an avalanche.
I've got it.
Okay.
I would give Riker some vintage jazz vinyl.
Oh, that's a good gift.
For obvious reasons, yeah. I think he'd appreciate that.
Ooh, I like that.
I've got kind of a joke one.
All right, Jim.
I would give Janeway in the Prodigy episode of Security Detail when she goes into when she goes to see the Divine or whatever his name is.
Hi-ya!
Yes, she does need that.
I would give Troy more time at the helm lessons.
Oh,
that's it.
More command training.
Just got knocked out of the stream.
Yeah. During that whole period where we were seeing the Nightmare and Dream Team memes, I saw someone who posted a Nightmare team where like the helmsman was Deanna Troi. I was like, oh, I hope that person doesn't incur Amy's wrath.
Oh, there's Trexperts quiz. People thinking, oh, it's the one where Troy crashes the ship. No, she saved everyone, including Spot. That's my tagline.
I support your that.
Yes.
And recently defended it actually. But
it is pretty funny.
Yeah, I think I'd give Worf more time with Geordi with dating lessons. More coaching. Like what's the one with the Transfigurations? Yes. In the beginning of Transfigurations, Worf is coaching Geordi on dating. And then he just so happens that he gets the energy from John, and
it's probably the only time he's ever successful with women in the history of TNG.
He gives them all the confidence in the world, and then I love how Worf's like, "I've been tutoring him." I just love that part. I actually love that episode. It's just a good, easy episode. But yeah, I like some of that part with Worf in that. I think I've been tutoring him. And I'm like, tracks.
I guess I would go with Strange New Worlds, and I would give Dr. Mbenga a joint or just a bag of weed. No, that poor guy, he's been through a lot. He lost his daughter. He's like overworked, stressed out. The dude, I hope he has time to relax, go fishing again in season 2, because he's just, he's an overworked doctor. He needs to talk to Beverly Crusher, actually. The two of them need to get together. He needs to get together with Blaze and Bev, and they need to spark up.
So
That's all I'm
it's kind
saying.
of funny that you say that because, Mbenga is around in TOS, but he's not the CMO. So the stress that you're talking about, Mark, could actually be partly like at some point he's going to step back as CMO because maybe he doesn't want all that stress. And
or the drugs.
Just be a doctor. Just be a doctor.
Or drugs. Could be drugs.
Oh. I would give Tom Paris an old beat up car so that he could have another car to work on.
Aw.
That's what I would give him. Yes.
I thought you were going to say some really good chocolate for Troy.
Well, okay.
That's easy.
Matt, you read my mind, but then I'm like, why? You just go to the food replicator and order as much chocolate as you want. So it did pass through my mind, Matt. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of funny about the whole thing, because I think, in the world of replicators, you could produce anything you want. The only thing you couldn't really give is to your, something authentically vintage.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like the old jazz records. That was a good one.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us, taking the time and talking Trek. I know that it always makes me feel better. It's, like when you put on a Star Trek episode just in the background and it's comforting, like podcasting and talking, especially in this format, it really recharges my batteries. There's been a couple times where it's like, I've either been hungover or really tired, and I record in the mornings, like last AGT. And at the end, I'd be like, I feel so much better. It's like my salve, it's my medicine. So thank you all.
Or
really.
just talking Trek in general can do that to you too, Amy.
It does. Yes. Yes. So let's say our goodbyes and let our listeners know where they can reach you out there on the interwebs. So Matt, start with you.
My handle there, mhark957, is the same Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Oh, you're lucky. Jim.
Well, for now, as long as Twitter is still around, I'm at least holding on to my Twitter account, although I'm not very often on there. And I am also, I'm also in and out of the Facebook group.
Yes, the BQN Collective. And what is your Twitter at JM?
TrekFan165. Although who knows for how much longer who knows for how much longer Twitter might be around, though, given the dumpster fire it is right now.
Yeah, it's not been pretty on Twitter. Yeah. Try and just do my trek and then leave. That's what I'm trying to do.
Head down.
Here.
Yeah. Mark, where can people reach you?
Well, people can find me also in the BQN Collective. They can hear me on All Good Things. They can also hear me on It's Green if they become a Patreon member, which they are if they essentially are hearing this for the most part. And if you want to see me out there in the world, you can find me at Garden Remedies. It's in Melrose, and I buy my weed there. So it's a great spot.
Mark, as a side note, did you watch Prodigy High this last episode?
No, I
It was
actually
a trip.
Oh shit.
on a side note, I actually haven't smoked in probably 2 weeks. I'm a promoter, but I don't do it all the time.
Yeah. Anyway, sidebar. All right. Christos, where can people find you out there?
Well, when I'm not being the reason that Amy Nelson has a hangover.
Yes, that was.
Sorry. It's like man.
It was
That
12
was a rough
hours
one.
of drinking,
It
babe.
was 12 hours.
Cruise?
By the
You
way,
would
you
think.
left. You left and we kept going. I went up to my room like 1:30. I'm like, I gotta go to bed.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, you can find me in the BQN Collective as well as on Twitter and Instagram at either Greek Geek SD or at What's the T-Beth.
Yes.
Hey, where can people find you?
Oh, well, thanks for asking. You can find me, of course, here on the network, co-hosting All Good Things with Christos and Mark, Union Federation, and Galaxy Class. I am on Twitter at Miss Amy Nelson, but favorite place right there in the BQN Collective on Facebook. If you would like to join on the next Hive Mind discussion, please visit patreon.com/BQN and pledge your support of $10 or more. If you'd like to get early access to discussions like this, as well as Amy's Math Moments, It's Green, and other network perks, you can do so by pledging $5 or more. As always, we appreciate everyone's patronage and time. So thank you for joining the Hive Mind for this December edition.